Hey allemaal, we hebben de term legendarisch dit weekend al wel een paar keer gebruikt. Maar als je Frank Bello van Anthrax op je zetel hebt zitten, dan kunnen we dat nog wel eens uit de kast halen. Frank, welcome in our studio.
Thank you for having me in this beautiful studio at Graspop. It's awesome. There's no mud. It's great.
There was mud yesterday.
I'm sorry, I missed the mud. I'm sorry, really.
We can get you some.
I'm sure I'll find some later.
Now, when you're in a band like Anthrax for so long, I was wondering, do you still feel any anxiety before you go on? Like this, you're on in like 4 hours, I think.
Are we? I have no idea what time we're on today. But I don't, I honestly, you know what? Because we're fans, I'm a fan of this music, and I think we're so lucky to be able to connect with people. That you see the nervousness, that's anxiety to get to play. I'm biting at the bit to play the show today. This has always been a great festival, specifically for Anthrax. From the backstage to seeing all your friends to the fans, they're always roaring and ready to go. So when you meet that energy, when the band meets that energy and you become like this one big energy, that's something to look. Anxiety that's the anxiety, but it's excitement. It really is excitement. So I can't wait to play today.
If you have a career like Anthrax does, how do you decide which songs you're gonna play?
It's up for debate, you know, and the whole thing, you know, it's 35 years in now, right? And you think about it, we've been very lucky to be successful and all that good stuff, and very fortunate. We're very thankful for it. But man, you get people that are never going to be happy, no matter what songs you play. And I guess that's a good problem to have, because that means you must have a lot of songs that people want to hear, right? But the whole thing, backstage, we go over the set list before this show, and literally before the show, and you say, all right, you got to play Caught in a Mosh. You got to play the standards, otherwise you'll hear it. Believe me. Then you get the emails and the tweets. Why no Caught in a Mosh? What the hell's wrong with it? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But then you have to, people want to hear the new songs too. So it's a happy balance. But you know what's great? You can mix them in different days, you know, but you have to play the standards. Every show you have to play a Caught in a Mosh and stuff like that.
Now, although those standards are great songs, do you guys ever get tired of playing them?
And here's why you don't. Because when you see the reaction, that's what feeds you. You know the song. I think I know the song by now, right?
Yeah.
So you would think. But the reaction that song gets to the crowd, and how it makes people get to that place you want them to get to, right? And it's a fever pitch. It's really a fever pitch. So if that song could get, or whatever song it is, get you to that point, I'm ready to do it. So that's what feeds you.
Back in the days, the very early days, you started out as a roadie.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, how important is a crew, a good crew?
I'll tell you how important it is. I'll tell you how important a good crew is. We actually have a European-based crew, and we pay for their visas to travel all around the world with us. Wow. Just because they're so important to us. Because the last thing you want to have to worry about when you before you walk on a stage, something is not right. These guys, our crew, and I have to say this, they better pay me for this. They are so on, and watch, I'm jinxing this now. Today will be all that stuff, right? But they are so on. But it's a thing in your head. You can go on stage and not have to worry. And if a problem does arise, they'll fix it like that. They know what to do. I mean, the quality guys, we have quality guys, and they're really on top of their game. So it's so important, because that's half the show. Yeah. They set up, they do everything. They work really hard, our crew. So crews all around, for every band, they work really hard. Because I used to be a crew guy. So I understand what it takes, but it's not easy. It's not easy.
When you're walking around here, backstage, I can imagine the younger bands. They are walking around and they see like, whoa, that's Frank Bello. That's the guy from Anthrax. Yeah, that's
cool. I appreciate that.
Come on.
But see, for me, I don't consider me like that. See, I consider my heroes, Steve Harris, my friend Steve Harris, who's now my friend, which I cherish that. I don't see myself as that. I'm a guy like, we're just hanging out right now, you know?
Yeah.
I don't consider myself any elevation. I just want to go out and play. I'm lucky enough to have a gig where I can go out and entertain people and make them feel good for an hour or whatever. But it's not even a humbling thing. It's just the way I feel. I like talking to people, so I don't consider myself like that Frank Bello guy. But thank you for that.
I hope you don't mind if I say this, but you turned 50 last year.
Yeah.
It's your birthday in a few weeks.
Thank you for noticing that.
Yeah. When people become that age, they tend to look back. what would be your biggest achievement until now?
I'm still above ground. I'm still above ground. That's my first achievement. Well, listen, in a 35-year career, I got in this band at 17 years old. It's been a great run. We've been very, very fortunate, and we're humbled by the success. And now, and I have to say this, For All Kings, our new record that came out, for people to say, and a lot of reviews say it's our best record ever. Wow. Mm-hmm. That is my best achievement right now, because to write a relevant record in this day and age where it's so hard, people are saying that this is our finest work. Wow. Thank you, number one. I love our record. I love what we do. We take a lot of time to write records, and we care. So that is our greatest achievement, to be out now having a number, and I mean, all the charts were huge, top 10 record in America at this stage. So I think that's our greatest achievement. We've played Yankee Stadium. We played Madison Square Garden in New York from a New York boy. It's very, just being around, playing with Iron Maiden, for God's sake, being on the plane with Iron Maiden, being on it there's so many lucky things. I think you see, when we come to a Maiden show, you see, it's a very family atmosphere. We're very close with them, their crew. It's all family. So yeah, it's been a lot of great things, and we're very, very humbled from it. Yeah,
you mentioned it yourself earlier this year. You went on tour with Iron Maiden, and you got to fly in Ed Force One.
Yeah, dude.
How was that?
It was insane. I have to say, because we never have chartered planes or anything like that. So for them to be so generous to us, and this is how great Iron Maiden are, and the people that work, from Zeb to Ian, the tour manager, they're the best people. Rod, their manager. They welcomed us with open arms, gave us some of the best seats in the plane, the business class seats. We became one of them. Mm-hmm. We became family to them, and I'll never forget that. And that's how great Maiden are. The biggest band. Let's face it, they're the biggest band, the best. Period. They don't have to do that, but they do it because they're just one of us. They never lost. Steve Harris. I met Steve Harris when I was 15 years old. I'll take you back for a second. When I was 15 years old in New York City, they were mixing Peace of Mind, the record in New York City. I met him as a fan with a leather jacket on, freezing outside with me and my friends, waiting outside the studio to meet him, because I was such a diehard Maiden fan. The guy from the studio comes out, and he goes, "Steve's not here. He's around the corner eating." I wait outside with my friends, freezing like this, and Steve Harris, this is to his credit, this is how great of a gentleman he is, and he's the same person today. Steve sees us freezing outside his fans, and he's eating by himself. He goes, and Steve Harris proceeded to sit us down with him and eat dinner.
No way.
I swear to God, and bought us dinner and just talked Maiden. Wow. It was the best, and I'll never forget that. And that's what makes me think, if Steve Harris can treat fans like this, then I can treat fans. Yeah. And that's the standard. He treats people like they're human, and I'll never forget that. That's why Steve Harris and Iron Maiden are the best, period.
Yeah. Last question.
Yes.
What if Anthrax got their own plane? Wow. Who would you trust as a pilot?
Nobody in my band. Nobody, especially Joey Belladonna. No way. I wouldn't trust anybody in my band, because number one, Bruce is a superstar. He's Superman. Bruce Dickinson. Because Bruce, I'll tell you one more thing about the plane. Coming into JFK from South America, I flew with Iron Maiden because I live in New York, and they were flying into New York. So they invited me to come on the plane with them, formalized flight. Thank you, yes. Big fan, right? So we're flying into New York City, and the stewardess taps me on the shoulder. She goes, "Bruce wants to see you in the cockpit." I thought I was in trouble. I said, "What did I do? Oh my God." So I go up, and he goes, "Come on, come fly with me." And so I sit behind him for the landing. Oh, dude, I've never been in a cockpit, number one, but let alone one of the best metal singers ever in life is flying the plane, and he invites me to sit with him for the landing. It was just surreal, amazing, and fanboy. I still get chills. It was because I was actually scared. Yeah. Because it was I never saw a cockpit in the New York coming into play like that. Yeah. It was just an amazing, amazing experience.
Wow. Frank, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Have a great show tonight.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We hope to see you soon.
We're going to have a good time.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers.